little bit of everything with Lava. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make and edit my thumbnails. But before I do, I'd like to let you guys know that this video is a collab with Sincerely Purvash. She's going to be doing the same type of video on her channel today, but her thumbnails are very different from mine, but still very aesthetically pleasing. So make sure to check her video out after watching mine. Alright, let's get into the video. So I mainly use 4 apps when I'm trying to make my thumbnails. Snapchat to take the picture, PicsArt to crop something out or to draw on my thumbnail, Canva to put everything together and add text, and then I use Lightroom if I want to make things more vibrant and bring out some of the colors that are in the picture. All of the apps do have paid versions, but the free one is perfectly fine. I have not paid for anything that I use, and so far it's been great. So I'm going to show you guys how I do what I do. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this thumbnail because I feel like it required the most amount of steps compared to any of the other thumbnails I've made before. So I downloaded PicsArt on my mom's phone so that you guys can see me talking while I'm also doing what I need to do. So first, I open PicsArt and then you press the plus sign. It'll take you to all your photos. I picked this one because that was the photo that I started with. Now my first issue was that the sky was looking really plain. So what I did was I went to sticker and then you type in sunset, sunrise, whatever you want. Oh, I can't spell. Sunset. You see you got a lot of options. I don't remember which one I picked, so we're gonna pick a random one today. Okay, let's do this one. So after picking the one that I want to use, I rotated it and then I made it bigger so that it fits my window. And then you put down the opacity so that you can still see the original picture while seeing the sticker that you want to add on top. And then you can use a pen. When I made this, I didn't have a pen, so I used my fingers, but pretty much you'd erase everything that you don't want anymore. I'm not gonna take my time with this like I did when I actually made the thumbnail. I'm just doing this so you guys get the general point. The eraser is obviously way too big, but if you erase something that you wanted to keep, you can restore it after. Okay, my finger works better. Okay, whatever. Alright, so now you have a sky a lot cooler than what you started with. And then what I wanted to do was crop out what was behind me. So you go to cutout and then you outline everything you want to keep. Right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It gives you another chance to figure things out. So if you look here, everything that's in red is what's gonna stay. So you can color in everything that you want to keep that they didn't highlight for you. If you want to see what it looks like after everything's gone, then you can press preview and then it shows you. So right now I have everything except for the closet that was behind me. I press save and now I have a picture without a background. So you save this to your phone and then I make all of my thumbnails on my computer. I'm assuming you can use Canva on a phone too, but it's obviously a lot easier on a computer. So I send the picture that I want to use to my computer and then I open up Canva. Alright, so I moved so that you guys can see my computer screen. So when you open up Canva, this is what it looks like. And so what you want to do is go to create a design and you type in YouTube thumbnail and it comes up. So you have the exact size of what you need to be making a YouTube thumbnail. And then you can go into whatever you need to find your picture and you drop it onto the blank canvas. And then you change the picture to whatever size you'd like. Obviously I want it to be as big as my entire thing. So then what I did for this thumbnail was I had 3 other pictures that I put in here that I took separately. So then I used this picture and 2 other pictures that I don't have anymore. So we're just gonna use the same one 3 times for the sake of the video. So then I placed them wherever they needed to be. Alright, so right now I have the 3 pictures that I want to have in the background of my thumbnail. So after you place them however you want it to be, you can control click on the picture and then press send to back and it goes all the way to the back. And now you have your main picture in the front and your 3 other pictures in the back. And then what I did was I added the text. So the text that I like using all the time on Canva is this one. And so I just wrote down my title. Obviously the font is way too big right now. Monday morning routine. I pushed everything towards the side and then I placed it down here. And then I changed the color to a blue because I felt like it fit the picture better. And then I wanted to add 5 a.m. to the top of the title, so I wrote that in a separate box because I wanted to make it a different color. Made it the same size and then I moved it to the top and I changed the color of that one to a yellow. And then what's a morning routine without productivity? So I chose this font. I really like this one, but it's kind of hard to read when it's a thumbnail, so I wouldn't write the most important words of my thumbnail with this font, but I feel like it makes everything look a little prettier than it actually is. So I wrote productive using this font and I placed it right up here so that it's still visible but it's not up in your face. And that was it for what I used Canva for. And so then you would press download and then you would select this one and download it to your computer and then you send it to your phone. So now that you've sent your picture back to your phone, what you want to do is outline the most important part. So you would open up PicsArt again and get the picture that you just finished editing on Canva. Canva. The only thing with Pixar is it doesn't have a proper glowing type of outline thing. So what I like to use is this one brush. It's the sparkle brush, I think. This one. Because it makes it look like there's a white glow around you, and it does look a little chalky, but since thumbnails are so small, you can't really tell. And so again, you can use your pen, a finger, whatever you want. Just zoom into the picture, outline what you want outlined. It also helps cover up if you did a really bad job at cropping the picture in the first place. Again, I'm not doing this properly because I'm not making this thumbnail for my actual video right now, and outlining sometimes can take a really long time if your finger and the phone don't really want to cooperate with each other. Oh god. Okay, you know what? I'm not used to doing this on my mom's phone, so it's not coming out properly. You know what? You guys get that you can outline it, but I'm gonna take the outline off because it looks really bad and I can't do any better right now. Now, I don't want this video to be 4 minutes long, so I'm going to teach you guys how I made another one of my thumbnails. So, this is one of the thumbnails that I really ended up liking. So, this is the picture that I started out with. That's the one that I took on Snapchat. And then I opened up Pixar and did the same thing over again. This time I only cropped myself because I didn't need anything else that was in the background. And then I shared the picture to my computer again. And so again, you go on Canva, type in YouTube thumbnail. You have your blank screen again. What you want to do is you want to bring up the picture that you just cropped out. Now for the background, I wanted something more dramatic, like a black and white background with spotlight. So I searched it up, and you have all of these options. I don't remember the one that I picked. And so you find the one you want and you save it to download. I already have the one that I used for the thumbnail saved, so I'm gonna use it again. You want to send it to the back like you did last time. Position it however you like. And so to sit on, I wanted all of the logos of social media apps to be lined up under me. So I found each of them separately on Google and I saved them to download. And so then what you want to do is you want to bring them down here. And now Canva has this thing where you can put a picture in a frame. So if you go to element and you scroll down, there's frames over here. So I wanted to use the square one. So I put my picture into the square and then I lined them up in the order that I wanted them to be in. Now if you can tell, the Instagram logo did not fit the box properly. So what you want to do is you want to double click on it and you want to extend it so that it hits the corners of the square that you want it to fit in, but obviously make sure it's even. And then if you click away, it's in a perfect square. And so you can do the same thing with pretty much anything if you want it to fit into a certain shape but the picture's too big or too small. Alright, so now that I have all of them together, I want to be able to move them all at the same time. What you want to do is highlight all of them and then control click and then you press group. And so now you can move all of them together, you can change the sizes together, do whatever you'd like. And so what I did after that was I brought myself forward, I just placed myself on there so it looks like I'm sitting. And then again, I used the same font, I typed in my word. I think I spaced the letters out because it was a little too close for me. I made the color red, and then I sent the text to the back. And then I wanted it to say a rant underneath hate, so I wrote that in a separate text box. And then I placed it where I wanted it to be and I changed the color to white because I wanted it to be white. Alright, so now you have the main base of your thumbnail. And so I pressed download. Same thing. Download it to your computer, share it to your phone. So now that you have it on your phone, what I did differently for this one was that I didn't want to highlight my entire body because I didn't feel like it fit what I wanted this thumbnail to look like. But that was a problem because I still had jagged edges around my head and I couldn't outline to cover it up. So something that's cool about Pixar is that you can color match with any color, any shade that's actually in your picture. So what you would do is you would go to draw and then you would zoom in on your picture and then you would press the color wheel and then you have the dropper tool that's right there. You would drag it to whatever color you want, and then if you click on the first dot, you can change the intenseness of the color and you can also change the size of your drawing tool. So I made it pretty small and then I went up and colored in all of the messed up edges so it didn't look like someone just took a bite out of a part of my head. And then I went into Lightroom and changed some of the settings so the text and some of the other things stood out more. But yeah, overall this is just everything that I used to make my thumbnails. I hope you guys found this useful. You can also use this for school projects if you're making posters and stuff, especially because everything's virtual now and no one's hand drawing posters. But yeah, just a reminder to also go check out her video. I will make sure to link it down below in the description box. If you stayed till this point, comment porcupine. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday at 12 in another episode of A Little Bit of Everything with Lava. Bye!